3, 2, 1, now. So once again, this is Pokemon FireRed LeafGreen. The first section of this game, we're essentially just mashing A through this part of the game, waiting for Professor Oak to stop talking to us, and then we're going to be nicknaming ourselves, picking the boy or girl, and picking what our rival's nickname is going to be. Just to make sure I can manipulate the starter properly, I'm actually going to be just going with a single character name. So we're going to go with A. And so what just happened right there, you might not know this, but what's happening in the background is we are essentially setting RNG1, something we like to call RNG1, which is essentially what creates the seed. And in order to know the seed, we need to check our trainer ID and see which ones we got. 32917. I'm going to be plugging this into another thing on my screen, 32919, and we're going to see which Squirtles we can get on this one in particular. If we don't have a Squirtle, though, on the first try, I will probably just showcase to you guys one that I've already manipulated beforehand, so it won't be much of a problem. Unfortunately, this section is a little bit... It's really, really, really bad. I've essentially spent an hour to 2 hours on this part, and doing this on a marathon consistently is not very easy, as this game runs at 60 FPS. So what I'm going to do now is I'm setting a secondary timer in the background, and you guys are going to hear it here in a second. This won't take too long. Subtracting a couple of things. Alright, so I've started up my secondary timer. The second that you guys hear 6 different dings is essentially whenever we're going to hit our A. And if I hit it just at the right time, we're going to get ourselves a really good Squirtle. Wait, did I get the wrong number? Oh, thank God I had a backup. Alright. Let me go ahead and check it, see if we actually got one by accident. Nope, Jolly Nature, unfortunately. And that is not runnable. Unfortunately, Jolly Nature is not runnable. The only runnable natures with Squirtle is going to be Modest, Mild, and Rash. With at least 28 special attack, you need at least 6 attack if you're running a Modest, and you need at least 16 speed in order to be able to outspeed what we need to. Luckily for us, we got a really, really good Squirtle on our hands. We got a nice Rash Nature with some pretty good speed, and I decided to give him a cool nickname. I'm going to call him my dude. We're going to have a cool adventure with him. So, this first part of the section shouldn't be too hard as long as we don't hit too many different types of misses on tackle. It is a 95% chance for us to hit tackle every single time, but you would be very, very surprised just how many times we actually miss that on a run. It's kind of ridiculous. It's also kind of annoying because on the very first turn of us fighting against this Bulbasaur, we can't actually crit, but luckily for us, I actually got a crit after he went for Growl. So this guy in particular, like I said, has really, really good speed, really, really good special attack, and he's just a really good monster. Very good start. Very, very good start. So on this first section, we're actually going to be facing off against a couple of different Pokemon on the first route. We encounter a Rattata. It's pretty good. If we encounter a Pidgey, that's also okay. I would prefer a Rattata just because of the fact that it actually does less damage. Unfortunately, we did come across a Pidgey, but that's okay. Not a huge, huge deal. As long as he doesn't crit us, which he typically will, it's kind of annoying, but like not a huge deal, like I said. There you go. First try. Here we go. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. That's okay, though. That's okay. So now we're going to go and grab this potion, as we pretty much needed it in order to progress through some of this game. And now we're going to take advantage of a little bit of encounter immunity. One thing that a lot of people don't know is this game has a really interesting encounter mechanic. And it's only available in FireRed, LeafGreen, where the first 6 steps on a route is a 1% chance for you to get an encounter. You can also battle trainers as well. If you battle a trainer or you get another encounter, it is actually a 1% chance for you to actually get an encounter on the first 6 tiles. Once we reach Viridian Forest, it'll be 7 tiles, and once we reach Mount Moon, it'll be 8 tiles. So again, really, really cool encounter immunity. Now, in order to not get too many encounters along the way, I'm actually going to be putting a little bit of grass here by taking a different alternate route as well, so we won't have too many issues. Another random thing I just want to point out is if you look close enough in this tree, you'll actually see a bunny. That's something I've randomly noticed, because like whenever you've reset this game at least 10,000 times, you'll start noticing a few things here and there. So we're going to go ahead and go over to Professor Oak, give him the parcel, and he'll give us a couple of Pokeballs. Other than that, nothing too interesting is going to happen, so if we have any donations, I think now would be a pretty good time for them.
We at this moment do not have any donations, but I do want to remind you that we are currently raising money for Movember, that is to help young men to get the help they need and not die young. And also to remind you all that we still have free donation bid wars open for this game, which are to name the Pokemon that's gonna use Cup, the Pokemon that's gonna use Fly, and what you're gonna name the Lapras. So make sure to get those donations in.
You guys probably have a couple more minutes before one of them ends up closing here in a second. So here we go. So on this section, on this second section coming up here, we're actually going to be catching one of two things. It's either a Rattata or a Pidgey, depending on which one we get is what we're going to do. So we caught ourselves a Pidgey. I would say definitely go ahead and close the bid war for the flyer, as long as he gets in the ball and isn't a bully. Please no crits. Please no crits. Alright, there's a really good chance for him to get in the ball. Come on, buddy. Alright. So what is the flyer's name?
And the flyer's name, with just 1 cent over, is Coffee.
Coffee! I like that. Whoever you are that named him out there, I appreciate you. Coffee's a great drink. I would recommend it. Alright, so we're going to continue along the route now. We get a Rattata that will also be designated cut user. Hey, there we go. Alright, I would also close the cut one, too. That was actually pretty fast.
Oh god, that was fast. Alright.
Oh, I actually might die. Oh god.
Don't die, fam.
Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You okay?
I'm okay.
You want the cut name?
Yeah, go ahead.
And the winner is Växjö, our schedule master.
Alright. 1 second to catch him. Hopefully he does cooperate, because these guys typically tend to not cooperate with me at all. Even if you get them to yellow health or red health, they sometimes don't get in the ball. That should be about a 80% more, about 90 or so chance for him to get in the ball there. So we're okay. So what was the name again?
Växjö, the same as our leader for schedule team.
Could you spell that out?
Yes. I'm gonna try with my accent. Fatzke.
Perfect. Alright, congratulations. So now, if we weren't tutorialized enough by Professor Oak, we're actually going to be going through this really, like, I actually respect this Pokemon tutorial because it's really, really awesome. So, this guy likes to talk about coffee, and out of nowhere, much like speedrunners, we typically can use RNG manipulation to our advantage to spawn things. He spawns in the middle of nowhere on the concrete a random level 5 Weedle, and with the utmost confidence, he goes straight into his bag, and his last Pokeball in his inventory, he just throws it. Does he catch it, though, is the question. Beautiful, beautiful. This guy's an absolute inspiration. Absolute inspiration. That is the catching tutorial, though. I probably wouldn't do the same thing he does. Definitely not. But we're going to go ahead and go on into Route 2. Head on into Viridian Forest. And once again, as I said before, we are on a new route, so we're going to be taking advantage of encounter immunity for a little bit. Going through that grass saves a little bit of time. Like I said, just 1% chance for him to actually be able to get in encounters. And something I'm about to probably ruin a lot of childhoods right now. If you look at these trees close enough, you will see they are flexing. If you look at them close enough, every single tree in Viridian Forest is actually flexing. It's kind of interesting, but it inspires me to do great on runs. It inspires me to do great on runs. So, coming up here, though, I'm going to hope that we don't get encounters with a level 5 Pikachu. Level 5 Pikachu will always be able to outspeed me, and he has Thunder Shock and will two-shot me every single time. So, as long as I don't get a Pikachu, everything in this forest, I don't mind. I don't mind whatsoever. Coming up as well, though, I will be grabbing a item coming up here. I'm also going to be accessing a chart on my notes just to make sure that I am okay, as I should be okay. So right here, we're going to be taking advantage of a certain ability beforehand. Luckily, again, we also didn't get an encounter with the legendary level 5 Pikachu. I'm going to go ahead and grab a potion right here. And hope for the best. So, this guy is a huge bully. An absolute huge bully. A lot of runs end up dying here, unfortunately, because of the fact that Squirtle doesn't have access to Bubble quite yet. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to go ahead and Tail Whip. Hopefully not get poisoned turn 1, and my dude got poisoned. That's okay, though, as long as he doesn't get crit, this is going to be fine. Little bit of Monka S here, though. String Shot. You'd be a good friend if you went for String Shot. Don't miss. Good. Okay, I need one more String Shot and I can make this smooth. Or crit. Crit would be great. Good. There's that 5% chance right there. Alright, I'm going to have to heal, unfortunately. Perfectly fine. This is okay. We're fine. Everything's fine. I just need a crit. A crit would be amazing right now. Come on, buddy. You're doing good, my dude. 2 more hits and he should be down. As long as we don't get crit, we're okay. I probably shouldn't be playing with fire here, though. Oh, man. So, with this HP and defense, we're currently at 30 HP, 31 defense. With this, we're going to be wanting at least 5 HP. So we're currently at level 7. We're going to go ahead to level 8. I should be at 15 HP, and we want to go down to at least 5. So now that we learned Bubble, though, we're going to be taking advantage of Squirtle's ability, which is Torrent. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Let's make sure he's at 5. So I'm going to get rid of the poison and make sure that we're in Torrent. Real quickly, though, just again for a little bit of marathon safety strategies, I'm going to go ahead and buy potions, which we would normally save for a little bit later, but like I really need them for this up-and-coming battle. So this first guy is Camper Liam. Camper Liam is much like the Weedle guy, very, very annoying. He's quite the bully, and if we don't get these damage ranges, we can end up in a pretty bad spot, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and save here, just to make sure we don't get bullied. So, without Torrent, though, this first beginning fight would actually be about 5 to 6 battles, or 5 to 6 turns in a row, no, actually, it would be 7. 7 turns in a row that we would not be able to destroy him. With Torrent, though, it makes it a 3-turn fight, which ends up being extremely, extremely worth it. So Geodude will go down because he has a times 4 weakness to Bubble. And now, this Sandshrew. This Sandshrew is a monster. This Sandshrew has Scratch, Scratch, Defense Curl, and Sand Attack. We really want Defense Curl. Oh man, Sand Attack. Oh boy. There's also a 75% chance to two-shot him. Come on, buddy. Oh my. Ooh, that's not good. I have one more shot. I have one more shot. I can do this. Oh, my dude. My dude. He is prevailing. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, man, that was a little worrisome. Not gonna lie. My dude is prevailing. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. So now it's time for Brock. Brock in particular is also a very hard fight for quite a few reasons. One, unfortunately, Brock is very annoying to beat because it is a 56% chance for me to one-shot him with Bubble. And unfortunately, I am in low enough health that he can actually kill me with Rock Tomb. So I'm going to start off this fight by just going for Bubble. Bubble should one-shot the Geodude. It would otherwise be a damage range without Torrent. And then I'm going to go ahead and go for a Potion turn 1. He should do about 8 to 9. 10 is his max roll of damage here. But I should be perfectly fine. As long as he hits Rock Tomb. There you go. So now I'm going to try to get the damage range if I can. 12, 24, 36. I'm not in Torrent, so that will not be a one-shot. But he will be going for another hit here. And that crit is actually beautiful. That crit is actually really, really good. That is going to set us up for Torrent on the next route, which will end up being extremely, extremely beneficial. And now with this, we're going to be learning Water Gun. But again, luckily, we're doing good. We're doing really good. One thing I actually forgot to mention is we actually play... the only reason I play as the girl is because she has a cute hat. That's literally the only reason I play as the girl. Otherwise, the guy actually waddles like a penguin, and he looks very angry at the world. I just kind of like her a little bit more, because she's not as angry. She makes the run pleasing. And that is Brock. So now that we're done with that, we would typically... all we would basically do at this point is we would actually wait until after Brock to shop. I did grab some extra potions just because of the fact that I would have probably died otherwise. So I'm going to go ahead and shop. We're going to do a little bit of a different shopping route just because we already did a little bit of shopping. So 3 of these, and then we're going to need 3 repels. And that'll get us all the way through Mount Moon. And coming up as well is going to determine whether or not we do a couple of different fights. But I'm going to explain a couple of things beforehand. So at this point, we finally get our access to running shoes. So now we can basically run all over the place with really, really precise speed. Throughout this route, the entire section of this part is going to be a little off, depending on if we have Torrent or not. For these first 3 fights, though, these guys are ranges. These guys are all damage ranges. Luckily, we are in Torrent, though, which ends up being pretty good. And I'm going to have to take at least 1 bit of damage on the very last Pokemon. And as long as I get Tackle, we'll be in business. So I'm going to go for a bubble here just to make sure that he actually hits me. Hit Tackle. String Shot's okay. That's a little bit annoying. I'm going to unfortunately have to go for a different guy to tackle me, unfortunately. If he doesn't tackle me, it's going to be a little bit annoying. I'm just really hoping that ends up being the case. So there are 2 different trainers we could typically fight on this route, but... the last up top is actually really, really, really awful. She hurts a lot, and we don't want to deal with her. So, Torrent is actually the ability that every single water starter gets. When you're in 1/3 of your health or less, you get access to a boost in your water moves. And we take advantage of that quite a bit in this run. Another thing that I kind of forgot to pull out there is the fact that we actually don't run Nidoran. Nidoran is pretty slow in this generation. I know a lot of people out there are probably a little bit used to Generation 1 runs where we dominate with Nidoking. But unfortunately in this game, they nerfed him really, really badly. Really, really badly. They nerfed X accuracies. They made it so that he doesn't learn Horn Drill, which ends up being really bad. It's also a 30% accurate move, and with the way that X accuracies work in this generation, in Generation 1, the concept of accuracy was eliminated completely whenever you use an X accuracy, but in this game, you raise it by about, I think, 1.1, if I remember correctly. And we're going to be taking advantage of a couple of X items a little bit later on. Now, at this point, I want to take a little bit of damage, and depending on if I did take a little bit of damage or not, it's going to determine what Pokemon I fight in Mount Moon. I did not actually take any damage, so we are going to be fighting a Team Rocket member. If I took some damage there, I probably would have fought a Bug Catcher. If I wasn't able to take a Hyper Fang, I would have fought a Hiker instead. And essentially, we go through these 3 different people. Nice. There we go. We go through these 3 different people. One of them we have to fight. One of them we're definitely forced to fight. And if we don't fight them, we actually don't get access to Bubble. I'm also going to be... Or we don't get access to Bite a little bit later on. So now, I'm going to go into Mount Moon. I'm going to take about 8 steps. And immediately go into my menu. Register the TM case. I'm going to equip a Person Berry. I'm going to move my potions down, repel, and then we're going to do the movement. So, right over here is actually the Bug Catcher that we would have fought normally. I typically usually fight him because I'm in much lower health. And if you can have Torrent for whenever you level up to 15, it ends up being very beneficial for fighting him. We save a lot of super effective text on this guy. This Hiker right here, though, is the one that we would fight if we weren't able to take a hit from this Rattata coming up here. But luckily we are able to take a hit from this Rattata. So now, feel free to bless up in the chat. This guy can be really annoying. Really, really annoying. His Hyper Fang can flinch. Nice! This is also damage range. We got it. Very, very good. This ends up being the fastest fight in the entirety of Mount Moon. It's a 1-turn fight. The other 2 fights would be a 3-turn fight, and some of them have super effective text, unfortunately. And ends up being really, really bad if we have to fight some of them. This fight can also be really bad because he has a chance to flinch us, and he has a chance to destroy us. But now we finally get access to my dude's evolution. We have ourselves another Squirtle. I'm going to call him Squirtle until he hits all his Mega Kicks, because he hasn't quite earned it yet. If he hits enough Mega Kicks coming up, though, I will finally eventually call him Wartortle. But for now, we get ourselves a different type of Squirtle. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to go ahead and counter this guy on purpose and let him walk to me, just to sort of save a couple of repel steps. Essentially, if I let this guy walk up to me, then basically, it'll save me a little bit of repel steps and basically make it so that I could go over to the ladder without too many issues. I should also be fine here. Good. If he had gone for a quick attack there, that would have been really bad. Also, luckily, we are in Torrent for this fight. That's another big reason why we want to fight that Rocket guy, is because he gets us in really low health, and whenever he gets us in really low health, this next guy is pretty simple. So this is a really, really annoying Pokemaniac. Oh god, he can go for a lot of different things, and the one thing that I'm really hoping he goes for is Pound. Pound or Harden, I'm okay with either. Or I can just critical hit him, that works too. So typically that would actually be a one-shot, and every now and then he could actually go for Disable, which would cause this to be about an instead of a 3-turn fight or a 4-turn fight, this would typically be a, I think, about 7-turn fight without it. So, once again, taking advantage of torrents. Also, guys, I'd love to know what I have a feeling I know what fossil you guys want me to pick. I have a feeling I know what fossil you guys want me to pick. I got you guys. I got you. So we're gonna grab the Helix for all you people out there. And head off to Cerulean City. Oh god. Ooh, that encounter was not supposed to happen. Paris is actually one other person that could actually use cuts, but he has essentially been eliminated from the route ever since the discovery of Sandshrew on this next route. So here comes a extremely accurate move, Mega Kick. I'm gonna go ahead and teach this over Withdraw. This has a 120 base power move. And unfortunately, though, it is a 75% chance to hit every single time. So it's a little awful, but we deal with it as much as possible. We try to, at least. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, though. So a brand new route that was formulated as of last year. Shout out to Exarian for routing this really fun run. We can grab this rare candy. And I'm going to go ahead and use it to level up to 20. I'm going to go ahead and teach Bites over Bubble. And in this generation, you might be wondering why I'm going to be using Bite against Misty. And there's actually a really good reason for that. In this generation of Pokemon, the Generation 3 mechanics are very, very different from your typical Generation 4 mechanics. The physical special split is, like I said, very, very different. Essentially, take every evolution type, add Dragon to it, and subtract Eevee's typing, and that is your special. So, Bites, being a dark type, and since Umbreon is a dark type, ends up being a very, very reliable move. But now we're going to be facing off against Misty. Misty is pretty awful whenever you have 29 special. 28 or 29 special. Unfortunately, I do have 28 and 29 special. So, we're just going to hope for the best. So, Misty, unfortunately, typically gives me a lot of problems. Misty can be a 4 to 6 turn fight, depending on what she wants to go for. She typically sometimes loves to go for Water Pulse turn 1, which has a 20% chance of confusing me. Which is another big reason why I grabbed the Person Berry in the first place. We're good now, though. Very lucky. And now here comes Staryu. Staryu can go for 2 different things. Because I have lower special defense than my defense, she's going to constantly... Ooh, that was a really good crit. She's going to constantly go for Water Pulse instead of Swift, because Swift does less damage than Water Pulse due to the physical and special split here. Also, this is a 3-shot. This is a solid fight. Come on, buddy. Oh, good boy. My dude. My dude. Let's go. Let's go. Very nice fight right there. Not bad at all. Alright, so after we beat Misty, we finally get access to a really good move. I'm also going to take advantage of this text box by pressing select, clearing it, and then teaching Water Pulse over Tackle. Water Pulse is going to be extremely useful for this run. And it's going to absolutely destroy Nugget Bridge. You guys will hear in a second. But first, we have to get past a pretty awful fight here. Unfortunately, this fight is very, very inconsistent, so I will be saving it. Just to make sure we don't get destroyed. And there we go. So, a couple of different things that can happen in this fight. With the AI, with the way it is, sometimes it'll go for different moves depending on your health. If your health is low enough, it'll basically go for quick attack or gust, typically. Sometimes it'll also go for sand attack, which we do not want. Ooh, that'll leave me in really low health, unfortunately, so I will have to switch out, which is a little unfortunate. That's okay, though. With this much damage that was done to me, he's going to be going for Vine Whip guaranteed, so I am forced to switch into Coffee. Rest in peace, my friend. Then I'm going to go into Fatsuke. I hope that I pronounced that correctly. And then I'm going to have to heal immediately. And then we're going to have to bless RNG a little bit more. Here we go. This is a really, really awful part. So basically what we're going to be going for is a 30% chance to flinch. Nice. 75% chance to hit. Oh my god, really good. Really, really good fight right there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And that is the rival fight. Nothing else really does anything too crazy to me. I could get crit by Rattata here and there, but not a huge deal. I should be able to survive the crits no matter what. But essentially, though, there are a couple of things he could have gone for. One thing he could have gone for is Leech Seed, which is really, really annoying and wastes a lot of time. Luckily, again, though, I got a flinch, which ended up being very, very beneficial. We did it, guys. So coming up now, though, is finally Nugget Bridge. Nugget Bridge is very relaxing. Very, very relaxing. It plays some pretty good music as well. But we're going to come up on a couple of different fights that end up making a little bit of a difference. Not too much. One thing I forgot to mention as well is you might notice here in a minute that I'm going to be going for certain moves depending on what Pokemon shows up. For these Caterpies, I'm going to save, I'm going to do a little bit of PP management and just go for a bunch of bites, which essentially gives me quite a few water guns and water pulses, which makes quite a bit of difference. But every single one of these guys will die to bites. The next lady, however, is very evil. Very, very evil. She has an Oddish. And Oddishes, when you're facing off with Squirtle on this route, oh my goodness, it's really awful. Because you have to hit a 75% move every single Oddish that you see. And it's disgusting if you miss it. Here we go, though. If I miss it here, not a big deal. Not a big deal. The only thing this last has on the Oddish is Absorb and Sweet Scent. So if we get either one, not a big deal. The later ones, though, are extremely annoying. They have literally... I feel like they put them in on purpose to purposely troll you. Because they have no damaging moves whatsoever. They literally just have Sunspore, Poison Powder, Sleep Powder, and Sweet Scent, and it's extremely annoying if you end up missing. You can run out of items, unfortunately, and it ends up being really, really bad. So coming up here, though, one big example at this point of me saving text boxes. I'm going to be biting the Sandshrew. Many of you might be wondering, why aren't you water gunning? Why aren't you water pulsing? Well, once again, PB management for one. And two, we save time on super effective text every single time. We go for a move that can feint the Pokemon, and it's not it's not super effective. And that ends up saving quite a bit of time as long as we go for it and it ends up killing. But here at this point, I think I'm gonna let. Do we have any donations at this point?
I really hate to say this, but we haven't received the donations yet.
Not at all?
Not at all. Come on, guys. You can do it. I believe. We still have one bid bar left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys can name Lapras. I hear that Yoshi is in the lead right now for Lapras.
Yes, that is correct. But T and Prishi are still having a good fight.
So yeah, if you guys want any of them to win, donate now. But here at this point, though, like I said, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. We're just gonna water pulse everything. It'll get one shot. And this guy's also gonna ask us to join Team Rocket. Unfortunately, we can't say yes. Unfortunately, we can't say yes to joining Team Rocket. Well, that's okay. That's okay. We don't need to join Team Rocket to be fast. But there's actually a cool glitch here. If you just so happen to die on this fight, you can actually come back and constantly farm nuggets. That is one of the few glitches in FireRed LeafGreen. Otherwise, this run doesn't have any glitches at all that we use. That's pretty cool. It's an interesting way to farm nuggets. But it ends up being really slow, so we don't really take advantage of it at all. But coming up on this next section, there are a couple of mechanics that I forgot to explain. You might notice that I'm bonking off of every single trainer. And I'm actually doing that on purpose. We save a couple of frames by not dealing with a turn frame. So I'm going to bonk on this guy real quick. I don't know if you guys heard that. It's a little bit low, but essentially, we bonk on them. It saves us a turn frame. Also, I need this guy to... Oh, he turned left. That's a little bit annoying. But basically, we bonk on them. We save little bits of frames here and there. And also, if we weren't to do that, unfortunately, we might get stuck in place as well, unfortunately. But not a huge deal if we do. We just have to take control of our character, alright. Coming up here, though. Coming up here is Camper Dan. He's really annoying because he likes to spin. Turn. Pause. Good. Nice. Okay, so that guy's a spinner. That guy's a spinner. What spinners do is they will spin in place depending on what their clock tells them to do. Their internal clock. And one way that we can actually cause them to stay in a direction that we want them to stay into is to go inside of the bag. And luckily for us, the TM case is actually registered. And because of the fact that it's registered, we go inside of our TM case constantly. We go out, and he ends up having his internal clock frozen, making it so that we can manipulate his movements and not hit optional trainers. It's very simple, very easy, and pretty awesome. Couple of fights left, though. Nothing too crazy. We got a Rattata here who likes a quick attack. Get me into Tauren, hopefully. We got an Ekans. And then after this, I'm going to be grabbing a berry. If my movement is not on point, unfortunately, I may end up hitting a guy. So, Monka S. We're going to see how this works. I've messed this up a few times in practice, so I'm going to hope for the best. Here we go. Okay, that's okay. Alright, very easy. Very easy way to make up for it is if we accidentally turn a little bit too early, we can just go above him and it'll be fine. Otherwise, that guy is on an internal clock that ends up being active once we hit that bush. So here comes two more Odyshes. I missed my first kick of the day. That's okay, though. Come on, buddy. Come on, my dude. Believe in you. One more kick coming up as well. I am going to unfortunately have to... I will unfortunately have to heal my Mega Kick PP, which shouldn't be too crazy. Come on, buddy. It's a little bit annoying. Not a big deal, though. So, if this ends up happening, I'm just going to go for Bite twice. Hope for a flinch. Crit would also have been nice. Not a big deal that we missed our kicks, because we have some backup options. And then this next Pidgey should easily die to a Bite. Easy peasy. And that's pretty much it for Nugget Bridge. Alright. So now we see Bill here. We're going to turn him back into a Pokemon. It's kind of interesting at this point, though, because there's a little bit of text that ends up making a small bit of difference. If you're the boy, he'll say pal. If you're the girl, he'll say lady. So, technically, picking the boy is slightly faster. Very, very slightly faster, but not even a big deal. It saves a few frames of text. So now that we got the SS ticket, though, we're going to move on. I'm going to go down here and grab an ether. Whoops. I'm going to go ahead and menu. Heal our kicks. And we're good to go. Now at this point, if you guys probably recognize this music as the intro screen. Typically you reset quite a bit in this game because the manipulation for good Squirtles, or Charmanders if you decide to run with that guy, is frame perfect. This game runs at 60 FPS, and because of the way that the NPCs move inside of the lab, it ends up being really inconsistent. And I have actually, I think the current world record for the longest time I've spent in the lab is 3 hours and 39 minutes. It's pretty awful. It's pretty awful, so it's hard to not go crazy in there sometimes. Because you're constantly hearing the same music, you're constantly seeing the same thing, and it's, oh man, it's annoying. It's very, very annoying. But those God Squirtles are very, very worth it, as this route would not work the same way if we didn't go for the God Squirtles. So, we're going to go ahead and continue on through these bunny trees. There's nothing crazy underground, but there will be a couple of different items that we can pick. There's the citrus berry, which I don't think I'll be grabbing. Maybe I'll grab it. It's a bit of a safety strat. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and grab this, because Surge is extremely hard. Surge is very, very hard if we don't grab that sometimes. If I was going on a world record pace run, though, I would probably skip that. Also, I need to skip this trainer. Good. And here we go. So this will be the last kick I gotta hit before the rival fight. As long as I hit this is perfectly okay. This Sparrow should die to a Water Pulse. If I miss this kick, again, not the end of the world. As long as he goes for Hyper Fang and hits me into Torrent, I could actually have a nice backup option if I do miss this kick. Which I missed it. Okay, come on. Rattata, come on, buddy. Oh god, that's kind of bad. Oh, we hit one. So, unfortunately, I will have to take the heal beforehand, which is a little... not great. It's not great. But that's okay. That is actually a-okay. Not a huge deal. So I'm going to do a little bit of shopping. I want some super potions. 3 paralyzed heals. 3 repels. And we're good to go. With this shopping route, we should be perfectly fine with basically every healing item we need from here on out. At least until like the end game sections. I'm also going to be taking this free heal before and after this fight coming up. Just because I really, really need some safety strats coming up here. I'm going to hope for the best, though. I'm going to definitely hope for the best. We actually avoid every single Pokemon Center in this game. It's an option, but it's a very slow option. I'm also going to be rare candying once. And hopefully get a really good rival fight. So if you guys thought that the first rival fight was hard, this rival fight is even harder, as he now has an Ivysaur instead of a Bulbasaur, so just gonna hope for the best. I think my dude's got this, though. Oh, Sand Attack. Very typical of the Rival 3 fight. So there's a small chance that he may or may not end up switching. Alright, that's fine. Go back into my dude. Bite should finish him off. So now, unfortunately, because of the fact that we're at like really, really high health right now, he is very likely to go for Leech Seed. I'm going to hope for a flinch. Oh! And a kick. Oh my god. Another perfect fight. This is really good. This is really, really good right now. I need to hit one more kick. Easy peasy. That was a really, really solid fight right there. But we're not quite out the fire yet, my friends. We still got another really, really rough fight coming up. In fact, this is actually the hardest fight in the game. Absolute hardest fight in the game. And it ain't looking great if we die on this one. But before we do that, we do have to go and grab ourselves the HM Cut in order to be able to access Lieutenant Surge's gym. Typically with Lieutenant Surge, he's quite the bully. He is quite the bully, unfortunately. He can kill you in 2 shots, easily, depending on what he goes for. Other than that, he likes to spam double team because of the way the AI works. So we'll see what type of fight we get. Hopefully we get as lucky as we have been with these rival fights. Alright guys. Feel free to wave bye to the SSN, as that is the last time you'll be seeing it. I love this music, by the way. It's really good. So, coming up, though, I'm going to be teaching Rattata Cut ahead of time. I will be teaching Rattata Cut on this menu. And then we're going to hope for the best on these, this wonderful puzzle. If you guys remember from your childhood, you probably had a really hard time on Lieutenant Surge for a couple of reasons. Probably the biggest reason, though, is the trash cans. These trash cans are not very forgiving, and they can ruin quite a bit of time save in a run. So I just kind of gotta hope for the best. I got a pretty good can here, though. I'm gonna go ahead and save because saving here is actually very beneficial. As if we end up on the wrong can, which I hope we don't. Nice. Wow, that's really good. Really, really solid. Oh my god, that's really good can luck right there. So, we're good now on the trash cans. Luckily, we got it first try, which is extremely lucky, like I said. This Pikachu in particular is really annoying. Specifically because he likes to go for Thunder Wave, Double Team, or Slam. Slam is not a big deal, but everything else is really annoying. But now at this point, my dude probably needs your energy, chat. So if you guys would not mind, I am saving before this fight. Drop me some blesses. Drop me some blesses. Give me plenty of bless emotes. So this fight can go quite a few ways. Quite a few ways. One of the best ways that it could start off is if Voltorb decides to damage me right now. If I get some damage from Voltorb, this is extremely beneficial. Good. Alright, 54 damage. He does, with my current special defense, I'm at 9 special defense. So he's going to do 40 all the way with 48 being the highest roll. If he shockwaves me turn 1, this is really good. If he shockwaves me turn 2, it's probably a little better. But here we go. Here's how the AI works. Oh god, he actually went for a turn 1. That's okay. That's okay. He might go for a quick attack here. Come on, buddy. Quick attack. Ah, no. My health wasn't low enough, unfortunately. That's okay. Alright, so I'm going to be switching over to Coffee. And rest in peace once again. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for Coffee right now. And I also need to sacrifice Fatsk. I'm so sorry once again. It's just how it's gotta be. It's just how it's got to be. But now that we sacrifice both of them, we can destroy him easily, as long as we hit through double team. Oh, really nice. Really, really nice. Not a bad fight. Could have been a little bit better, but that's really good considering that typically this fight can go so many different ways. The way that the AI likes to work in this game is if it has a move that you can set up with, he's going to go for that move. And they decided to give Lieutenant Surge not only a modest nature, but they also gave him double team. And so he is an absolute monster. He will lose you so many runs. So many runs in the long run. Oh, we're looking good. This is looking pretty good for a marathon run. But now we get to hear this guy talk about his ravishing, spectacular, beautiful Rapidash. And through listening to him, we get a free bike voucher. And now we can go even faster. Let's go. As long as I do my movement correctly, I shouldn't hit anybody here. Nice. Good. Oh, very nice. Good, good, good. So, once again, through those steps, I'm actually taking advantage of encounter immunity. On every new route, once again, 1% chance for me to get a encounter on the first 6 tiles. And luckily, we didn't get one. It was looking good. Yeah, very lucky for me, though. If he had gone for double team turn 1, that could have been very different. He also has Thunder Wave, which he likes to go for, and if he can kill you with Quick Attack, he will. He absolutely will. And there's no possible way for you to outspeed him at all. But yep, we're good to go now. So we're going to go grab the bike now. And hopefully get a solid showcasing on Rock Tunnel. But I'm going to go ahead and register the bike. Ends up being very fast because you can just press select on the bike and pull it out. And now we're going to do some pretty precise movement. I'm going to get off my bike as soon as I bonk into this trainer. Good. And now, here comes one of the worst Oddish fights in the game. You guys remember those awful Oddishes that have 3 status moves? Yep, this is one of them. Already off to a good start. Alright, he went for Sweet Scent, though, so we're looking okay. Come on. Looking good, my dude. There you go. Oh, sorry about the sound, guys. Luckily, the Bellsprouts die to a bite. And then we got one more Oddish coming up. I'm really hoping we hit it. Oh, my dude, looking good. Alright. We got through that in one piece. No status moves whatsoever, so we're looking okay. We're looking A-okay. He's doing good. He's doing so good. Alright, don't blink, guys. I ask you guys to not blink because this is very precise movement. Here we go. Good. So that movement that I just did right there, I actually forced a spinner to stay in place. If I do that precise enough, we can actually force a spinner to basically just stay in the same exact spot every time. It is extremely precise and I only have a couple of frames to do it on. Basically, I will run and I have exactly 1 tile to get on the bike on, and then if I get on the bike at just the right time, I will force that guy to stay in place for the duration of me being on the bike. And if I, luckily for me, again, I landed it, so we're looking good. Looking really good. This Venonat, however, though, can be a bit of a bully as well. He can die to a Water Pulse, but unfortunately it is a damage range. It is unfortunately a damage range, but not a big deal if we miss it. As long as he doesn't go for anything weird. I'm going to go ahead and grab this Hidden Rare Candy as well. And we're going to go ahead into Rock Tunnel. One of the worst sections in the game for Squirtle, specifically. Squirtle has such an awful time on this part. I'm also going to be grabbing a safety super potion, just in case. And let's keep going. So very bravely, I'll be going into this section without flash. It's actually not too hard once you get enough experience with this game. It's not too hard. Coming up though is a Cubone. This Cubone dies very easily to water gun. This next guy, however, though, will end up dying to bite if I get enough of a damage roll. It is a damage roll, however. I can also crit, flinch. No confusion? There we go. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Now this next guy is also another damage range. He also has a Slowpoke, and if my movement is correct, I should be able to fight him without... Nice, very good. I should be able to fight him without doing the exclamation points. That's actually something I slipped my mind, because typically it's very common knowledge for us to talk to Pokemon trainers, because we don't get that exclamation point. And if we don't get that exclamation point, it ends up being very, very, very beneficial. It saves us quite a bit of time in the long run. Now, coming up, if you didn't have enough Oddish fun, here we go. Here comes the hardest trainer fight in the game. I'm going to be saving before her because we have to hit 2 Mega Kicks in a row. And if we miss one of them, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. She has a Oddish and a Bulbasaur. That Bulbasaur is an absolute bully. If we miss Mega Kick, it's going to be really bad, so feel free to bless up here. Miss one. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. That's a little bit unfortunate because they actually have the same exact accuracy as we do to hit Mega Kick. Good flinch right there. So if they end up hitting Sleep Powder and we end up missing Mega Kick, they basically hit a 75% move. Also, please hit. Oh, my dude. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Easy, easy. The important one, though, is Bulbasaur. As long as we hit that Bulbasaur in one shot, we're okay. So we're looking good. Whoops. Looking real good here. Propel. So I'm going to be fighting a slightly different... Ooh. Slightly... Oh. I don't normally fight this guy, so I don't normally take this path, so I have a hard time navigating this part. But I'm going to do a bit of safety coming up here. We're going to be fighting this guy, which essentially gets us to a certain level. Which will be extremely, extremely beneficial for later on. Otherwise, we would fight the guy below. There's actually 2 different dudes that we can fight. The guy below us and this guy right here, which gives us certain benefits depending on which one we decide to go for. There's also 2 other hikers here, but we're going to be fighting this guy right here. This guy can easily die to a bite as long as we get this damage range. Not a big deal if we don't get it, though. But it would be very nice if we did. Come on, my dude. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Very beautiful. Now, we're not going to teach Protect because there's no use to it whatsoever. But this next Onix has higher special defense than the other guy. So, unfortunately, Bite doesn't kill this Onix. But the first Onix definitely dies to a Bite. Ends up being very, very nice. But this Gyarados does die to a Bite. Also coming up, I'm going to keep navigating through the dark, and then we're going to be putting up an extra menu coming up here. I'm going to be elixiring. Just to make sure that I have enough Mega Kicks for later. Elixir. Good. Very easy. So after this, I should have, like, plenty of PP after this. Which will basically just give me enough to be able to get through a lot of these fights. Also, I think at this point, it's just going to be a lot of different battles. that will be one-shot constantly. So if we have any donations at this point, definitely a good time to read them.
Yes, we do have some donations to read.
All right.
So we have $5 from Anonymous, who says, "Have a great run." We have $5 from Linkboss. "Hello, Movember. Linkboss here. Long-time viewer, long-time donator. Donating to a great cause. Save the frames, beat the Pokemons. Donation goes to Yoshi for Lapras." And we have $5 from Puppeter. Because why not? And he just gave me a challenge to pronounce this longest name of a town.
Oh God.
So watch me butcher this, guys. Alright, here I go. Lamvar Polgen Gilgoger Querndrogol Landesio Gogo Gotch. I totally butchered that. Thank you all for your donation.
All right, thank you guys so much for the donation. So, coming up here though is coming on another trainer that is a spinner, and we have to make sure he doesn't spin on us in the dark. So if I do this properly, which I did not unfortunately, so I will have to bag manip. Oof. He has a bunch of slow pokes. Not a big deal if we hit him though. Just give us a little bit of extra money. Yeah, good try. Good try. I tried. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. But now, if we didn't have enough fun with Oddish, it is the last Oddish we ever have to deal with in our lives, which makes me extremely happy. Extremely happy. So as long as we hit this one, we're perfectly fine. We never have to deal with another one again. Oh, thank you. Surprisingly, I've actually, I've memorized the names of every single trainer that has an Oddish, because they are ingrained in my mind because of how nasty these Oddishes can be. They are absolute bullies, and I am not a fan. I'm not a huge fan. But that is Rock Tunnel. Luckily, we got it in one piece. Very nice. So, now we're going to take a bit of a shopping route. Detour. And we're going to do a very small bit of shopping that ends up being a little bit faster. Gonna buy 4 escape ropes, 7 super repels, and then from here, we move on. That shopping route actually eliminates us having to go through a couple of floors in Celadon City. And because it's actually faster to go up a couple of floors without doing the, going to the, what am I trying to say? The elevator. It ends up just being faster to bike straight there, grab a bunch of escape ropes and some super repels, and just move on. The previous route used to use Dig, but Dig ends up actually being a little bit slower, unfortunately. Just because of, like, animations between a couple of people that you would use Dig with. But here is a gambler, or a gamer. I think they changed it to, yeah, they changed it to gamer for censorship reasons, unfortunately. And we typically fight him, just because he's faster than the lady above him. The lady above him has 2 Clefairies, which you would normally fight on the Charmander route. But we don't need to fight her on this route whatsoever. And she gives less money, too, so not a big deal that we skipped her. So now, we're actually going to be doing the gyms in a slightly different order than you may normally expect. If we went over and fought Erica now, we would get destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. And we don't want that. We're going to save her for way later into the game. So here comes the last Mega Kick I have to hit that is inaccurate. Luckily we hit it, and we're looking good. Looking really good. But due to me fighting a certain trainer, I'm actually going to hit level 33 right now, which gives me a little bit of a benefit. Basically gives me a little bit of a benefit here. I'm going to be reaching level 35 with 2 rare candies, and I'm going to be equipping some black glasses here in a minute. as black glasses have quite a bit of use in this run. Here we go, though. So grab this candy first. Oop. I am not used to grabbing this candy. Just gotta not hit this optional. Nice. Grab this. Rare candy. 1, 2. Give. Easy. Alright, so with this, we now do a couple of things differently. Black glasses, if you guys don't know what those are, not only do they make you look good, but they also have quite the benefit on dark moves. It basically increases your dark move's power and really changes up the route quite a bit. It's going to be useful more later on, but for now, just know that it is extremely beneficial and it works out really well. So if you got some cool emotes in the chats, now's the time to throw them out there, because we are Squirtle squadding away. So after we beat this guy, we're going to grab the lift key. Head back upstairs. And hopefully avoiding an optional, because if we hit this guy, he has 5 Pokemon. It's really bad. Nice. My screen lagged a little bit, so I almost hit him there. Oof. Let's go. So now we're going to go head over to the next floor. And typically here, if we had a lower level, we would do something a little bit different than what we do here. Because we would have a little bit of a lower level, and we wouldn't have black glasses. But luckily, due to the power of black glasses, we can just bite, and this is no longer a range, and ends up destroying him. This Sandshrew easily dies to a water gun as well. Good, good, good. Oh yeah, and if we miss that damage range on bite, it's really bad because he has sand attack. Sand attack is disgusting, absolutely disgusting, and we don't want to deal with that whatsoever. And we water pulse the Ekans, and we're good. So if we went with the other candy route, though, typically all we would be doing is we would be facing off against this guy with a lower level, which ends up being not great. This Arbok, in particular, is really, really annoying. Really, really annoying. He has Glare. He has Poison Sting. It's kind of awful, but not a big deal. Not a big deal if it ends up happening. He also has Bite, but, yeah, like I said, not a big deal. Once again, going for the damage ranges. No longer being a damage range with black glasses. And if I can flinch them, this will be good. Alright, that's fine. I can just go for double bite now. Easy peasy. Alright, guys. It's time. Level 36 evolves my dude into Blastoise. Here we go. It's time to take the weights off my gloves. Here we go. Now we got a big turtle. And now we can face off against Giovanni. Giovanni's pretty easy, depending on what he goes for, typically. I know exactly how much damage he'll do every time, so I should be okay from here. Should be plenty okay from here. So his first 2 Pokemon are going to be ground rock type, so basically they'll die. They'll easily die to a water gun. His third Pokemon, however, is really, really annoying. Really, really annoying. He has a Kangaskhan, and the Kangaskhan typically ends up not dying very easily, unfortunately. So, ooh, fake out's not too great. Punch me, come on. Fight's okay. I need you to punch me. Punch me is very beneficial. Oh god, this might not be great. Tail whip. Okay, that's not a great fight. Not a great fight, but I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I would like to enter into the next fight at lower health, but because of Torrent, I would very much like to have done the next fight in Torrent. But not a big deal that I didn't. So coming up is going to be the only shopping that we ever do. Literally the only... Well, there's one more shopping, but, like, it's right before the Elite Four, so, you know. This will be one of the few shopping trips that we do. So we're going to go up to the 5th floor. There are actually 2 different shopping routes that we can go for. I'm going to be going for the more marathon-safe ones. So, first things first. X attack. I think 5? 5 should be good for this guy. 18. 4. 3. So depending on your speed is what you would typically base your shopping off of. And because this guy has 29 speed, I don't actually need to buy very many X speeds at all. In fact, I can grab a Carbos and absolutely destroy a lot of this run. So here we go. So this lady's annoying. She likes to give me the cold shoulder. Every time I walk in, she'll go to the left or the right, and it's really annoying because she'll like keep moving away from me and not want to give me fly. Wow, she was wow. She looked away at the wall, but she didn't walk away from me, so we didn't get the cold shoulder, guys. Feels good, man. Not bad. So we're gonna super repel. Toss this. Teach fly to coffee. And fly to lavender. The lavender rival is very simple fight. Just hopefully it doesn't go too bad. Hopefully it doesn't go too bad. We'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see. If this Pidgeotto goes for a quick attack, it'll be okay. So something really interesting. Something really interesting about this fight is with an X accuracy, some reason or another, and I'm not exactly sure why, but ends up rounding to a very weird number. Unfortunately, if you thought Mega Kick couldn't miss after an X accuracy, you are wrong. It is in fact a 1% chance for me to miss a Mega Kick here, so let's hope for the best. Here we go. And if I miss it, this is looking really bad. Looking really bad. Here we go. So I have missed it once in my life, though. Good, we hit 1. 2 coming up. 2 coming up. So 39 times 3. I might need to take a little bit of extra damage. I should be okay, though. Good. Yeah, if you guys have ever played Fire Emblem before, you guys will know 1% chances are in fact 50%. It's very true. Very true fact. We're looking good. Easy peasy. Yeah, that was a very simple fight. Very simple fight. And that should be the last Water Pulse we do. And we're good. Alright, we didn't get the 1%. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my boys. Not too bad. So throughout this entire section, we're basically just going to be avoiding a bunch of trainers. If I take a certain path, we literally don't have to fight anything in here whatsoever. Well, actually, no. I take that back. We have to fight a couple of things here and there. I think there's 3 trainers, if I remember correctly, that we have to fight. Everybody else is an optional, so if we do this properly, this will be fine. Come on, ladies. Stay. Turn. Good. So we're going to be skipping the... We're going to skip the heal. You might be wondering, why are you skipping the heal? It is extremely beneficial, though. Having Torrent all the way throughout this part is extremely, extremely beneficial. Oops. As, the cool thing is if we have Torrent, it'll actually help us quite a bit on Koga. Also, Monk S. There we go. We're good. If I had stepped one more step too much, I would have actually hit her. But basically, these ghosts go down really, really quickly. There's something interesting coming up, though, and I don't want you guys to miss it, so stay tuned here in a second. This guy is really interesting. I actually looked up the data for this up-and-coming Marowak, and you would actually be surprised what kind of stats it has. It's kind of ridiculous. But I gotta get rid of a couple of Ghastlies first. Like I said, though, Ghastly should all die to water guns. Coming up after this will also be a nice rare candy, which will have quite a bit of benefits as well. Coming up later. So here comes that Marowak I was talking about. So this Marowak, interestingly enough, has 30 IVs in every single set. He's also an impish nature. He doesn't hurt, like, he kind of hurts a little bit. But, dear lord, he's pretty bad. He's pretty bad if you're not careful. So now that we're done with Marowak, unfortunately, I don't have Torrent for a couple of these fights, so it's going to be a little off. It's going to be a little bit off here. So as long as I get some of these damage ranges, this is fine. What's beneficial here now, though, is if I get a Astonish, or yeah, if he just hits me once, Torrent, it's very beneficial. Come on, buddy. Literally just need one hit. Literally just need one hit and we're fine for the rest of this. No! Yes! Okay, that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna have to hit another Mega Kick now, unfortunately, which kind of sucks, but not a big deal. Wait, I don't have any Mega Kicks, do I? No, I don't. Yeah, I have 3. Or I had 3 before. Now, yeah, we're at 0. Oof. Okay, so if he poisons me, this is beneficial. It'll waste a little bit of time, but like, I need some good RNG here. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Believe in you. So this Drowsy. Drowsies unfortunately have a lot of special defense, so it's just not looking great if I like don't flinch him. That works too. Nice. That's a damage range right there, my dudes. Let's go. So I need a quick attack. I really need a quick attack. If I get a quick attack here, this will be extremely beneficial for Koga. Koga in particular is one of the worst fights in the game, and if I don't actually like get the damage ranges on him, it's gonna be terrible. He has minimize, and he is an absolute bully, unfortunately. So just one quick attack. That's all I need from either Rattata. All these guys typically die to water guns, though. Here we go. 1. Didn't go for 1. Come on. He'll set me up perfect. Yes! My boy! He went for it! Let's go! Easy, easy. Not bad at all. Easy peasy. So 38. Health should be fine. You can die in a lot of places, though. But it's definitely one of the hardest fights coming up. So I'm going... Let's go ahead and go on over. Grab a very special item. So in order for us to get past the guards, in red, blue, and yellow you were able to get like water and such. We have to grab a certain drink. Nidoran, please. We gotta grab coffee. And by grabbing coffee, we could basically just move on and go through a couple of the guards that are guarding the way. I don't know why they said it that way, but it's interesting. And then we're going to get past this guy. As long as we get past this guy, it'll be okay. I need to basically... Every single trainer right here. Every single trainer right here is coming up on a spinner. And if I hit one of them... it ain't looking great. I'll waste a little bit of time. Come on, buddy. Nice! Wow, that's really precise. If I was 1 second slower, or like at all slower at doing that, that would have been me hitting that optional, unfortunately. I'm also going to grab that hidden rare candy. Nice. Grab this hidden max elixir for a little bit later on. And now, we're going to go to the Safari Zone. Safari Zone is very beneficial for a couple of reasons. 1, you get strength. 2, you get the best move for Squirtle, which is going to be Surf. And he will absolutely destroy this game with Surf. Luckily, it only cost us about $500 for Surf. Not a big deal. Cheaper than a Pokeball Plus. So Safari Zone could actually be done with exactly 1 Super Repel. And we don't even need to actually deal with it too much. There's like 1 or 2 items here that are pretty beneficial. Oof. One of them being this full restore. And then we're going to be grabbing the gold teeth along the way. Otherwise, if I'm perfect, it'll be very easy to just get past this with 1 Super Repel. We don't catch anything either. Also, one thing I'm going to do as well is a little bit of safety. I'm going to grab this Revive. And then we're going to get Surf. One thing you might actually notice as well is this entire section has the evolution music. I'm not sure why they did that, but I ain't complaining. I actually really love this music. But I did not switch. I can scroll up, use coffee to fly, and then we're instantly at Koga's gym. Oof. So this first guy is a spinner. Nice. He actually turned our way. I'm going to be using him to my advantage and teaching Surf over Water Gun. Switching my bag over, just in case I need to. And then we're going to fight this guy. This guy, unfortunately, he's not fun. He's not fun if you don't have a Torrent. Typically, you'd have to use an X special on him. He can do anything from, like, confuse you. He can crit you. He can poison you. It's awful, and it's very beneficial to just have Torrent on this fight, which is a big reason why I wanted that one guy to actually quick attack me, and again, luckily we got it. So we should have Torrent for the duration of this part. As long as I level up to a proper level. If I level up to, let's see, plus 3 times 3, 123. Oh, let me do the math real quick. So 38 plus 3 times 3, 123. So I should have Torrent all the way to Blaine. I may have to actually take some damage on Blaine, but it shouldn't be a huge deal. Alright, here comes another spinner. Good, he faced the other way. And now comes one of the biggest run killers in the game. It's really awful. It's really, really awful. So I'm going to save, because this fight is awful. Feel free to bless up, friendos. So Koga. Koga, unfortunately, with the old strategies, we used to be able to equip a Pecha Berry. But now with black glasses, it ends up just being faster to actually just keep black glasses for the entirety of the game. And so, we may die. Long story short, we may end up dying. This first muck does not die to one hit whatsoever. This first muck does not die to any hits whatsoever. So, I need to hope and pray that he goes for acid armor. Ooh, he went for sludge. We're okay. We're okay, we're okay. Not a big deal. Unfortunately, I am in kill range for wheezing. And I will have to heal here, which little unbeneficial, but that's okay. It's okay. Luckily, he did not poison me as well. How much will this do? 50, 60, 66. Alright, this will be just enough that I could actually get away with this. As long as he doesn't get a high roll or poison me. Oh, feels bad, man. Oh, that ain't great. I will now have to, unfortunately, use this full restore, which kind of sucks, as we would use that later on. Crit me. This is okay. Flinch. Give me the torrent. Very nice. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We got him. Alright, we're good, we're good. Whew. That fight is very worrisome. Very, very worrisome. Not the best of fights, but I got through it. So I'm gonna go ahead and heal this poison off. Actually, I'm gonna take a few steps of poison damage. 34, 33, 32, 31, 30. Alright. Now that we're done with that, it's time for Blaine. Blaine's very simple. Blaine is very, very simple guy. Luckily with Carbo strats and every other strat that we can go for on this guy, he ends up dying very, very fast. So, in order to save a few surfs, I may end up going for some water pulse here and there, just in case something bad happens, just for a little bit of marathon safety. But now we're actually going to go straight to Blaine, and hopefully not any optionals along the way. You can go ahead and super repel. And fly to Pallet. From here, we're going to go straight down to Blaine. And hopefully get through Cinnabar Mansion without too many issues. This route in particular does have a couple of optionals, unfortunately, that we could hit. But as long as I do my movement properly and they don't destroy me with bad movement and bad RNG, I should be fine. Oh god, that guy could have hit me. Oof. That was a little messy, not a big deal though. Okay, so now that we're here, there is a simple item that we're going to be grabbing. It is going to be a Carbos on the ground. That Carbos has quite a few benefits for the speed that I have right now. As long as I do this properly, we are okay. So with 29 speed... Oh, actually, I don't grab it. Never mind. Okay. Neat. So we actually don't need the Carbos at all. I was under the wrong impression. So if we had one more speed, Ivy, I would basically be able to grab the Carbos and outspeed Sabrina. But unfortunately, I don't outspeed Sabrina, and I am guaranteed to outspeed Blaine, so there is absolutely no reason whatsoever to grab that item. So we're just going to move on. At this time, though, I think it would probably be a good time for donations, as we're just going to answer a couple of quiz questions.
Alrighty, we got $5 from Monsieur Vin. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I said it before you run, Pulse, but good luck again on the run. And E4/champion, Pulse Hug. And we got $10 from Retro Tattoo. Hey Pulse, don't forget the EV. Good luck on the run, and hope everyone is enjoying the event. Looking forward to seeing you all at ESA Winter 2019. Donation put towards naming Lapras Fog Route. And as people have noticed, we just hit $200, and that is because the next run after this, which is Astro Boy Omega Factory by Dracodan just donated the fundraiser he did before the event, which is on $320, which makes us jump over the 3K limit. So
Nice.
Dracodan's first donation on $200 reads as follows. As promised, here is my ESA Movember fundraiser. Shoutouts to everyone who's been involved with the organization of this marathon and to all the runners. And then we got another 120 to complete the fundraiser. Movember donation 2, Electric Boogaloo. Thank you very much for all those donations, and good job on the fundraiser, Dracodan.
Good stuff. Alright. So, this is Blaine. He's very easy. As long as you have 29 speed, you are guaranteed to outspeed him. The big problem with this fight in particular is we would typically have to use either an X speed to take a little bit of damage, or we would need to grab the Carbos and guarantee outspeed this guy. But, fortunately for us, we are 29 speed, Ivy, and guaranteed to outspeed this Rapidash every single time. And as long as we have Torrent, it'll die very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. But yeah, that is Blaine. There's actually another route. There's actually another small route where if you have about 24 to 25 speed, you would fight that top hiker that I fought in Rock Tunnel and do a little bit of a different rare candy route. And essentially be able to just deal with Blaine a lot easier. Because 24 and 25 speed are guaranteed to outspeed at a certain level. So as long as you have that, it is fine. So, coming up here, I might actually blow a few mines here. So, I get this mind blow a lot in my chat. You can actually not do the Sevi Islands. A lot of people don't know this, but if you say no to Bill right here, you can actually just not do the Sevi Islands. If I were on a real run and I said yes to him with the Sevi Islands, I would be forced to do the Sevi Islands, and that would essentially lose my run. So, if you say no to Bill, you go fast. Very, very easy. But now it's time for Erica. Erica is the gym that we saved for last for a reason. Or one of the last ones for a reason. As she does not go down very easily. Since we picked up Blizzard back there during my run through the Cinnabar Mansion, we can now absolutely destroy Erica. Right after this fight, we should be hitting level 42. I'm going to be using 2 rare candies to reach level 44. And from there, I'm going to be hopefully destroying her, as long as we don't end up getting a Blizzard miss. Unfortunately, Blizzard's a little bit worse than Mega Kick. It is a 70% accurate move. It is a 70% accurate move. And, oh man, it is... It ain't great if you miss it. Let's just say that. I will very likely die. So hopefully we don't actually level up out of Torrent, though. Because Torrent still has a little bit of benefit here. This actually makes me very happy, though. Getting to teach Blizzard over Mega Kick is so satisfying. I'm going to use my rare candies to 44. 39, 9, 10, 11, 12, 42, 42 times 3 is still Torrent. Pretty sure. 126. Am I barely out of Torrent? Hold on. I didn't get to see my health. I might have to... Ooh, this might be bad. What's my health right now? What is my health right now? Alright, we're perfectly fine. We are perfectly fine. Okay. Guys, I'm going to need some blesses in the chat once again. As this fight can be very, very awful for a run. If I miss Blizzard. It is a 70% accurate move. Here we go. Here we go. Oof. So, this very first Victory Bell. Victory Bell dies to Torrent Surf. Every single time. Every single time. As long as I hit this Blizzard, though, we should be perfectly fine, though. Come on, buddy. Come on, my dude. Good. So, typically, you guys might be wondering why go for Surf. Surf just kills. It's fully accurate. Very easy. Bite kills this Tangela, saves us a little bit of super effective text. And Blizzard is the only way to kill Vile Plume. Come on, buddy. Believe in you. Oh! Woo! Alright, we hit it the second try. We hit it the second try. Everything's fine. We're good. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Now that we're done with that, it's time for another section of this game that's a little rough, to say the least. Very, very nice. Oh, man. That's a nice trainer ID. Hold on. Alright, so we're going to fly back to Celadon City, and then we're going to bike straight over to Silphco. Silphco is, has quite a few optional trainers that we can hit, but as long as we do okay, it'll be okay. It'll be perfectly fine. I believe. So, first things first, though. You might have been wondering, why in the world am I not using the elevator? Well, it turns out with running shoes, it's actually faster to go all... Oh. Unless you talk to a sign, it's actually faster to go all the way up to the 5th floor by running. This guy can move, so we're going to pause buffer him. Coming up is another spinner. Good. Gonna heal up enough to be able to get Torrent for this next fight. Gonna max elixir now. Nice. Good. Easy. Just gotta wait for one more turn and we're good. Come on, buddy. There you go. Easy peasy. So for those who are just now tuning into the run, though, that entire section was 3 bag manipulations. Bag manipulations cause the spinners to... Oh, I probably should have safety saved here. The bag manip causes the spinners to essentially freeze in place. Now, what could cause me to freeze in place is if I don't get a little bit of bless in the chat, because this fight can go awful if I get a few crits that are not beneficial. So here we go. Ooh, not good. I'll have to heal that off, unfortunately. How much does quick attack do? I'm gonna do one more. Hit me. I'm gonna stall like this. Come on, buddy. Easy. Okay. Woo! We're fine. Perfectly fine. So now, I now have a 7% chance to miss Blizzard, even after an X accuracy. Luckily, the Venusaur dies very fast. Woo! And luckily, also, this Gyarados dies due to us leveling all the way to level 45. If we were to have level 44... then this would be a damage range, and we are not about that life. Very nice, very nice. Oh man, this game gives me some heart palpitations, let me tell you. There are an insane amount of fights that just don't go well sometimes. Just don't go well sometimes. It's very, very oof. And sometimes it just doesn't go your way, but that is FireRed in a nutshell. But that is Silph Arrival. Luckily we survived. Luckily we survived. We're A-okay. Alright, I think it is time to name the Lapras now.
Just a second. Let me close down. And the winner is Yoshi.
Hey! If we have any of my subs in the chat, or any Yoshi emotes, Pulsey A. Let's go. Alright. We've acquired Yoshi. We don't typically need him in the run for Blastoise, but, you know, I figured that you guys would have fun with that nickname. He's a good boy. We'll keep him safe. But now, it's time. This next section can be a little rough depending on how things go, so I'm going to actually revive one of my HM users. I'm going to be reviving one of my HM users to essentially be able to survive this fight, because this fight can be awful. This fight can be very awful depending on how things go. Actually, am I in good enough health? I think I should be fine. Although this is still a damage range, so maybe it's better to play safe. Yeah, I might do that. I might actually do that. I'll go ahead and save here. So, there's actually a thing called Smart AI in this game. It's what we call Smart AI. Smart AI is essentially when a move can kill, an NPC will go for it. And luckily for us, Giovanni doesn't have Smart AI. He has Random AI. So he can go for anything from Mega Punch to Fake Outs to anything. He can go for anything. Literally go for anything. And I'm just really hoping he goes for a Tail Whip if we miss this range. So here we go. Here we go. Feel free to bless up a little bit, guys. So I will have to... God, this is going to be bad if things go bad, though. I believe in my dude, though. I believe in my dude. Alright, here comes the damage range. This guy sometimes doesn't die to a Surf. Here we go. Oh, I got the crit. Let's go, dude. Easy. Oh, that's so good. That is so, so good. Oh, I'm in love, man. Oh, that's so good. So good. Yeah, if he had Smart AI, he would probably go for Mega Punch every time. But he has anything between, like, Rage, Mega Punch, Tail Whip, Fake Out. Fake Out's annoying. Where are we at? Escape rope. Let's go. Alright, so it's time for Sabrina. Sabrina would typically, if we had a little bit better speed, which I can't complain, we got some pretty good speed on this guy. If we had 30 to 31 speed, we'd be able to outspeed Sabrina's Alakazam. But not a big deal that we can't. Not a big deal that we can't. So, as long as we don't get a confusion right here, this should also be perfectly fine. But everything in this gym dies to a surf. Very, very easily. Also, there's going to be a little bit of beneficial damage from Venomoth coming up as well. But we should be able to outspeed after next speed and be able to just destroy her entire team. Unfortunately, I'm also not in Torrent anymore. No, wait, no, I am still in Torrent. I can't map right now. I am so sorry. Yeah, we're still in Torrent. If we weren't before, we will be now. As this Venomoth has a Psybeam. Psybeam has a 10% chance to confuse you. And we didn't get it. Very, very easy. Very, very easy. Let's go, dude. And now we'll be able to outspeed the Alakazam. My dude. Let's go. So the rest of this part is going to be very, very simple as well. My splits are inaccurate now. So I'm going to be clearing our text box by pressing start here. Going straight into the menu. That's next speed. Escape roping out. And then flying straight to Giovanni's gym. As soon as we beat the last gym leader, this gym unlocks. This gym is very, very simple, though. Literally, I could probably go for Water Pulse on every single one of these Pokemon besides this guy up here. This guy's kind of annoying. You need a bunch of Surfs for this guy. But otherwise, this is a very simple gym. Nothing too crazy to talk about, so if we have any donations, that would be a good time.
As of now, we sadly do not have any donation.
Alright, that's A-okay. So I guess one thing that I can talk about then is the fact that the spinny tiles. If you've ever played red, blue, or yellow, you'll know that the spinny tiles are extremely, extremely slow. They are very, very slow, and we avoid them for a very good reason. Very, very good reason. And FireRed, though, oh my goodness, they are so fast. They are so, so fast. Whew. And with us being able to get through these parts really fast, we can actually just not even have to like go in and out of this gym just to be faster. And we're good. So this entire cool trainer can die to just Water Pulse times 5. It's very simple, very easy. Giovanni's also pretty easy as well. The power of Torrent and Surf is just extremely insane. Like, Blastoise is a beast. If you guys ever do a Charmander run of this route, which is actually close to equally as fast, then you actually use fire moves for the entirety of this part, surprisingly. And it ends up being, like, really, really fast. Just because, like, Charmander's such a beast. Absolute beast. Two more here coming up. Nidoqueen should be able to die to a Water Pulse. And then will come Giovanni. Yeah, like I said before, though. Typically in the original games, you'd have to go outside after fighting this guy. You would typically fight this guy, and then you would fight this guy, and then you would go outside, reset his position. But we don't have to do that thanks to the spinny tiles being really fast. And now, we're just going to absolutely destroy Giovanni. Here we go. So I actually don't even need Surf for this entire section. I could just Water Pulse every single one of them. And they just end up dying. Slowly but surely. As literally all of his Pokemon are actually like weak to water. Time for a weakness on this guy. Dugtrio is very, very frail. Nidoqueen, pretty bulky. Still dies pretty fast. Easy peasy. Nidoking should be coming up now. Easy peasy. And then Rhyhorn again, times 4 weakness. Very, very easy fights in Giovanni's gym. It's ridiculously free. Hopefully you guys are ready for the fight after this, though, because the fight after this is where everything starts getting extremely intense. And you guys definitely don't want to miss this. Yeah, if he had Kangaskhan on this fight, oh, this fight would be a lot harder for sure. Alright, guys, it's time for the home stretch. It is time for the home stretch. Here we go. So, I'm going to go ahead and go right to the grass. Super Repel. Do I need to do Elixir? Not yet. Ooh, I might have to do a different fight here. Yeah, I might definitely have to do a different fight here. Oh, man. Alright. Here we go. This one's going to be real risky here. I'm very low on potions at the moment, and because I used up some repels, this ain't looking great. So feel free to bless up a little bit. So I'm skipping X accuracy, and I'm hoping for the best. 1, 2, Surf. Cool. Okay. 70% accurate move. If I miss this, I am dead. Oh, got him. Nice. I need a flinch here would be very good. Very, very good. Come on, buddy. Flinch here after this one would be very good. Believe in you, my dude. Flinch. Hydro Pump. Woo! Hydro Pump miss. My boy. I'm gonna go ahead and X speed here. Oh, Rain Dance is so perfect. That's so good. So instead of having to hit a 70% accurate move, we've routed it so that we only have to use Surf right there if he goes for Rain Dance. And we have Torrent, and we have +2 in our stats. That is an easy fight. GG. Oh my god, I can't believe that like went so smoothly. Because I'm so low on health items. Oh my goodness. Now, last thing here with Rain and Torrent, all we gotta do is Surf. And he's dead. Very easy, very easy. Couple of useless crits here and there, but not too bad. Alright. So now it's time for Victory Road. Victory Road is not too crazy. Every single trainer in this place is essentially just an optional. And as long as we do a good enough movement, then we'll be fine. We'll be perfectly fine. One big reason as well why we actually repel coming up here is there's actually encounters in this water. We don't really want to deal with them. And we don't really want to deal with them at all. So we repel, and it should last us all the way through the entirety of Victory Road and this place. As long as we do good enough movement. So coming up here, though, I will be, I'll basically be trying to use my encounter immunity. Good, very good, nice. Now I'm gonna teach strength. I'm gonna give our Yoshi some spotlight, give him strength instead. Hey. But typically we would teach my dude strength. And not really use it, but it just ends up being so beneficial that we just teach it since we don't really need to, what is it? Since we don't have to grab like an extra HM user. But as long as I do this properly, fine. Here comes a lady on the left. Dude coming up. Going down. Oh. A little bit of messed up movement, not a big deal. This puzzle is very simple. Dodge this guy easily. He only turns in 2 different directions. And then here comes a very, very long boulder push coming up. So, going based off of my movement, I'm going to have a couple of steps on the last bit of Victory Road that I may get an encounter on. We'll have to see. If I'm lucky enough, though, I won't get anything. It's a very low chance that I will. Ooh, my movement's a little bit off. Here we go. Also, if I hit any of these trainers, they all have 5 Pokemon. It's really bad. Coming up as well is a double battle. Not too great. But as long as I dodge them perfectly, it should be fine. And it's very easy to just dodge them. All you gotta do is go to the left or right. I've hit them once on a run, and it made me very sad. Here we go. Nice. No encounters. All right, my friends. It's time for the Elite Four. Are y'all ready for this? I don't know if you guys are ready, because this is where things get extremely intense. Whoops. Alright, so we're going to deposit Blastoise. Pull him back in. And pull all of our true heroes into the box. Gonna buy a couple of full restores, and then we're gonna head on in. Alright, here we go. This first lady is Lorelei. I don't think I really need to save for her, but you know what? This is the Elite Four. We don't mess around with the Elite Four. We do not mess around with the Elite Four. Here we go. So this is Lorelei. Thanks to the benefit of black glasses, this ends up being an extremely good fight compared to the old one. The old strategies used to be X attack times 6 into strength, but it was really bad. So I made this fight a lot smoother. Don't freeze me. Good. We go for 4x specials. Hopefully he doesn't get hail. Unfortunately, we did. Not a big deal, though. I should just waste a little bit of time. We're at 3. Safeguard's also fine. Just don't freeze me, and we save a little bit of time. Good. Good, 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 good. Okay, now. If I get a flinch here, this is good. Don't freeze. Alright, that's fine. I will have to heal, I think, for Lapras, unfortunately. But that's okay. That is a-okay. Nice. So essentially, though, what that fight does is it lets us set up to +4. Gives us a chance as well to... Oh, protect. That's annoying. He typically doesn't go for protect if you don't have hail up. That's a little silly. But basically, this fight lets us use Bite to our benefit and really, really get a lot of use for it. Essentially, with the previous fight, we had to go to +6 on Strength. And it was awful. Dear Lord, it was awful. She would go for Hail. She could set up Hail twice. With this new fight, she only has 1 chance to be able to set up Hail. And if we get a flinch, she'll never actually set up Hail in certain situations. But the only problem with this fight is Lapras. Lapras is very annoying. If he crits us, we're dead. If he crits us, we're dead. This fight would actually be a lot simpler if he didn't have Water Absorb. Good flinch, by the way. Can I get a crit here? Okay, no paralysis. Easy peasy. Alright, we're good. We're good. Not too bad of a fight. Could have been a little better, though. Alright, boys. Time for Bruno. Bruno's a little bit annoying as well. This should be fine. I unfortunately do have to full restore. So we're going to have to make some risky strats here. Work. Here we go. Alright, so this is Bruno. Bruno likes to basically lower our speed because we're really fast. Squirtle's pretty fast compared to them. And unfortunately, though, we are at full health, so we're going to have to take a couple of hits from somebody else, which is, but we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. If he goes for Earthquake, this is really good. Come on, buddy. Yes! Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of him, because I need 2 hits. I need 2 hits from Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan has Sky Uppercut, and Sky Uppercut is really beneficial. So, X Special. Octoom's fine. Go for Sky Uppercut. Come on, buddy. He ain't doing it. Oh, God. Oh, God. Come on, buddy. Ooh, that's a good crit. That's a really good crit right there. Okay, 56 times 3. I don't think that's actually Torrent. Oof. This might be bad. Yeah, I am barely out of Torrent here. I set up to +3, so this is going to be a damage range on the... Oh boy, yeah, that's going to be a damage range coming up here. I am likely to die. I am decently likely to die. Come on, buddy. Ooh, miss! Yep. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I had to go to +4, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a little oof there. I had a feeling something like this might happen. Oof. Alright, that's okay. That is okay. I probably could have done that a little better by healing with a super potion. Not a big deal. We're going to start this fight over and hopefully get a better fight this time. I may unfortunately go overestimate because of that. Earth Spec. Earthquake. It's okay. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Sky Uppercut? No, that's fine. Ooh, that's a good crit, though. That's a good crit, though. Come on. Okay. Don't hit me into Rock 2. Ooh. Nice. Perfect. Good, good, good. Okay, that's how the fight's supposed to go. That is how the fight's supposed to go. Essentially, you set up to at least +2 with Torrents. +3 is also really good because you save a little bit of super effective text. And you can clear the fight very easily. You can clear the fight very, very easily. Now, because we set up to +3, we're now going to be able to bite. Yeah, we're going to be able to bite the Onyx, which will save us a little bit of time. So maybe we won't go overestimate. Good. Alright, now I need to make sure that we are in proper health for this next fight, because this next fight is awful. Okay. So this next fight is one of the worst fights in the game, so I am absolutely having to save here, unfortunately. This fight is awful, like I said. We have to XP turn 1 and to X special. And one thing that Agatha loves to do is spam double team. So if she spams enough double teams, I may not be able to hit. So feel free to bless up a little bit. If she crits me, I'm also dead, unfortunately. Come on, buddy. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Cool. Alright, all you gotta do is hit now. Woo! Nice! Really good. That is the fastest way to beat not Lorelai. Agatha. That is the fastest way to beat Agatha. Really nice. Really, really nice. Whew! It only keeps getting more intense from here, guys. Here we go. Yeah, literally right here, though. Everything else just dies to Surf. We have Torrent. We have +1. We have X speed. We outspeed everything. And Surf just dominates this entire fight. It is absolutely beautiful. Now all we need to do is hope and pray that Lance goes okay. I'm hoping, guys. I'm hoping. And now the last Pokemon she has is a Haunter. Once again, easily dies to a Surf. Easily dies to a Surf. Lance coming up, though, guys. Unfortunately for us, Gyarados has Hyper Beam, and Hyper Beam in this generation is physical. And unfortunately, because it is physical, it does a lot more damage than it normally would. So here we go. Let's go, guys. Full restore. Make sure we're okay. Gonna go ahead and save as well. Alright, guys. Let's go. So the first thing he's going to send out is Gyarados, and we need to set up on it. We basically need to set up on him in a good way. We need to hit 2 Blizzards, and all these Blizzards have a 7% chance. Wait, we have to hit 5 Blizzards in a row. We have to hit 5 Blizzards in a row, unfortunately. And all of them are a 4% chance to miss. Didn't get the flinch, that's okay. X accuracy. X special. And he should guarantee go for Hyper Beam now. As long as we hit our hits, we're good. Beautiful. Alright, that's literally all we had to do. Literally all we had to do. The only other way for him to win this fight is if, 1, we miss Blizzard. 2, he gets a boost on, there's a 10% chance. There's literally a 10% chance for him to get the boost. If he gets the boost, this is awful because he can do a lot of damage to us. We are not careful. Luckily, so far, we have hit every single Blizzard. We got 2 more, or 1 more coming up. 1 more coming up. If we miss, not a big deal. We have ways to basically get past this. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Got them all. Feels good, man. Let's go. Okay. Now he's got to hope that we don't get the Ancient Power boost. Here we go. Come on, give me that wing attack. Good boy. Very nice. Very, very nice. Now it's all down to champion. I am actually... Hopefully the ESA committee doesn't mind too much, but I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit. As this is probably the best theme in the game right here. And you guys need to listen to this. Get your sour pleases in the chat ready. Here we go. Gonna elixir, full restore. Save, because as soon as I walk into this part, it's gonna be awful. And here we go. Enjoy, my dudes. Champion time. This fight can go so many different ways. It is ridiculous. So I'm going to hope for the best one. Here we go. This Pidgeot, if he goes for constant feather dances or sand attacks, this is good. Guard Spec, turn 1. X speed. X special. Ooh, he's hitting me a lot. I might have to go for the risky strats. Yep, gotta go for the risky ones. Here we go. Oh, here we go, guys. I have to hit 2 blizzards. I have to hit 1 blizzard at 70% accuracy. Here we go. 1. Oh, let's go. Whew. I got 1. I got 1. It's okay. We're okay. If I had missed that second one, it would have been really bad. Surf finishes him off. Surf finishes this guy off too, easily. Thrash, unfortunately, can kill me. So I have to heal, unfortunately. And I have to hit 2 blizzards here. I might axe accuracy just for time's sake. Here we go. Thrash. X accuracy. Whoops. Ooh, that's 7%. What are you doing? Come on, buddy. Oh, goodness. Well, that was the first one, unfortunately. Come on, buddy. Come on, come on, come on. It's okay. Come on, my dude. I believe in you. 1 more. 1 more. I got a crit. Let's go. Never mind, we're good. We're good. Let's go. Whew. Feels good, man. Let's go. Alright, that, my friends, is Pokemon FireRed 80%. Time will be coming up very soon upon fade out. Here in a minute. That is Pokemon FireRed 80%. This run can be done with Squirtle. This run can also be done with Charmander. Bulbasaur is a little bit slow. But if you guys would like to learn this run, feel free to stop on by the stream. I'm PulseEffects. Unfortunately, I did go overestimate. Had a little bit of troubles here and there, but I hope you guys really enjoyed the run, and hopefully I showcased to you guys exactly how amazing this run can be. As there are many fights you can die on, many different ways this game can go, and it's fun. It's very fun. So if you guys want to see some runs, again, stop on by. And again, I'd also like to thank ESA for having me as well. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this experience. Time is coming up here in a second, though. As soon as I say time, we are good. And time. GG. Slightly overestimate, though, but again, thank you guys all for having me. Are we moving on over?
In just a second.
Alright. Yeah, up next should be Draco Dan. Yeah, he'll be doing Astro Boy Omega Factory. Hope you guys enjoyed the run, everybody. If you guys have any questions, feel free to stop on by. Like I said, this is a lot of fun. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed these credits. These are some of my favorite Pokemon credits of all time. They're so great. Just like the aesthetic of them is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Hello. We're back after Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen by PulseEffects. Great run, great run. So coming up, we have Astro Boy, a Mega Factor, in the category is Birth on the Game Boy Advance by Dracodan. That will be running for about 30 minutes. Then another host will take over, and then we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, on GB, which I guess is just the normal GameCube. I mean the Game Boy, by Toko Tomcat. We have some upcoming goals / bit wars. We have the extra ending for Silent Hill 2, new game. So we have the UFO ending with $150.40, and then the dog ending with $69.66. And then after that, we have the Valley any percent suitless glitch, and they need $50 for that goal. $50. We get the suitless glitch. We're just waiting for the Astro Boy run to get ready. So in the meanwhile, it's 1:40 in the morning, which is, it's a great time to be watching speedruns. At least here in Sweden, it'd be almost 8-ish in like New York, something like that. But we're having a great time here at ESA HQ. We'll be going until 3 a.m. on Sunday. Someone will be here. Oh, it's 5:40, apparently, in New York. No, 6:40 CST, USA. All right, yeah. That's prime speed watching time. Speedrunning watching time. So how's everyone else doing today? We've been having a blast over here at ESHHQ. Okay, I've just got the thumbs up from Tech, so we're going to send it over to intermission. And then we're going to get the Astro Boy run going. Bye.
And you're live.
Right, hello everyone, I am Dracodan, and this is going to be Astro Boy Omega Factor. With me today I have on Discord the Cherokee, who's going to be helping me out with co-commentary. Would you like to introduce yourself a bit?
Hello everyone, yes, like you said, my name is Cherokee. I also run this game, and thanks for having me, excited to be here. Good luck with the run.
Thank you very much. We are both the number 1 and number 2 runners for this game, so oof, it's going to be good stuff. I'm telling you that much. Alright, so there is actually a name you can use for the file in this game, but it does absolutely nothing, so I didn't offer anything for it, so I'm just going to call it ESA and be done with, because, true to fashion. And I am just ready to begin as soon as. So I will give you guys a countdown and I will get started. So